Digital HD sound.
What's going on, people out there in Radio Land? It's the one and only DJ Malone, man. Chicago 77.3, the best place to be at on any day, really, man. I do appreciate everybody for tuning in with me and, coming in and chilling with your boy, man. You guys know I love to bring people who are just out there and doing their damn thing, man. And this next person I got coming up, man, I really like what he has coming up and what he has on the horizons, man. I think he's a very good guy with the pen. I like somebody that knows how to talk. You get what I'm saying? Man, Chris, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, brother. How are you?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm blessed to talk to you now, man. How's everything going over there?
Man, everything is good over here. It's a little cold, but other than that, everything is good, man.
Where you at with it right now? Where you at with it?
I'm in Detroit.
Okay,
yeah.
Definitely, man. Gotta love you just right down the block, Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Gotta love that, man.
Yep.
So let's get into it. The time machine, man. And I'm gonna ask you this: how did this journey start out for you?
Oh man, it started when I was maybe 16 years old. Well, maybe 8 actually. I'm almost 50 now, so.
Okay.
But yeah, man, when I was a kid, I was just always creative. I used to love to be creative and do things like, write and, do movies. So when I was just 8 years old, I wasn't writing movie scripts. I just wrote pictures and word bubbles. I wasn't doing a professional script. And I would make little short movies, and I would get all the kids in the neighborhood and my friends, and I would just record stuff and, do fun things with the, camera. My movies were 10 minutes long, wasn't too long.
Okay.
So that's how it started, man. And then when I got older, I started writing books. So when I was 16, I started doing that. And then I wrote this book when I was 16. I finished in the summer of 96. And I had just forgot about the book. I forgot about it. I went off to college and I moved 1,000 times, but I wrote the book in 3 spiral note cases, notebooks. I mean, and when I was 36, I still had them. They were in my closet, and I looked in my closet one day, and I was like, man, I still have this book. I still have this manuscript. I just forgot about it, never got back to it. And I was asking myself, what happened to that passion? What happened to that, fire that I had, that excitement I had when I first, wrote it? It had just fizzled out. So I just had to rework it. I had to do it all over again because it was terrible because I wrote it when I was 16. So it was, wasn't nothing to read or nothing really good. But I published my first book in 2017. And it's been the best decision I've ever made. So I'm so glad. I'm so happy that I did this because it really changed my life.
So I was doing my research. I like to do my research on people and everything like that, bro. You went to Harvard, correct?
Yeah, I didn't finish. So,
but you got accepted there. That's
yeah, I did. Like I said, I didn't finish, and last time I took a class was I think just after the pandemic. So, just after it started. So maybe 2020, 2021.
Okay.
So I got to get back into my program and finish my master's. But yeah.
Man, congratulations! Just make it to that point, thus far, man.
Thank you, there,
bro. I really, I'm happy to hear, that you did that for yourself, man. So, back to the book. Let me ask you this: I guess how did this? Of course, how did it come? But why did it come about?
Man, I always loved science fiction. I always loved it. So, like I said, when I was a kid, I was into Star Trek. I was into Quantum Leap. And I loved Indiana Jones. Even though Indiana Jones is not science fiction, as a kid, man, it was Indy was like a man. He was so cool. And I kind of incorporated all that adventure and that excitement from Indiana Jones. And I kind of put all that into my novels. So, and I always used to read science fiction when I was a kid too. So, always been a big fan. Always been a huge fan.
Did you did the science fairs as well as growing up and everything?
No, I didn't do that when I was a kid. I mostly just read a lot of books. Yeah, I read a lot of books, and like I said, I wrote my first book in '96,
Okay.
and I tried to do a lot of research too on how can I get published, how can I get out there, and back then, like it was just like really one way,
Yeah.
just send it out to a publisher. But
Yeah.
now it's 2026. There's like a whole new way of publishing
Really?
and getting your work out there. So it's much easier now than it was, 30 years ago.
Let me ask you this, and this is a real deep question, but I wanted to ask you this. As far as a writer goes, how do you feel that your evolution of a writer has developed?
You know what? It's been a journey. I think number one, you have to keep writing. Just keep writing. And I think number two, and I think this has helped me the most, was my editor. I've been working for her for years, so she knows
Okay.
my work. She's familiar with everything. So she would point out things like bad habits that I have and things I need to work on.
Okay.
And her insight, and with the insight some other editors too, I think has really propelled my writing to be much better than where it was. So
That's
I
amazing.
really give the credit to them, because somebody, has to look at my work and say, I might see, oh, this is great, nothing wrong with this. And then someone else look at it and say, oh, Chris, this is good, but here's some areas you need to work on. And that
Really?
took a few years to for that to mature and to get better. So
That's what's up.
just having constructive criticism has been the most helpful for me.
That's what's up, bro. I like that. I like that for you, man. So now let's go and again back to the book and everything. How many chapters? How many chapters are we looking at right now?
Yeah, so for my latest book, The Journey of Tannis, I have roughly, I think about 40 chapters
Okay.
in the book. Roughly about 40 chapters, yeah.
Okay. Now, when you start out with the book, if somebody's just listening to us and everything, how would you describe it?
I would describe my book, The Journey of Tannis. It's not your regular it's an Armageddon novel,
Okay.
but it's not your typical Armageddon novel. It's not like, oh, asteroids coming, we got to do something to stop it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not that boring or not that, generic. It's a little bit of a different twist. So it is an Armageddon novel, like I said. But the premise of it is the government knows that there's a gamma ray burst. And a gamma ray burst, if nobody knows, is when two stars collide, they explode.
Okay. And they burst.
Yep, and all this radiation spews out. So this radiation is coming towards Earth, and it's going to scorch the entire Earth.
Okay.
But it's so far in another galaxy. It's like millions of light years away. So it's going to take 100 years to get here.
Okay.
So when the government found out, they said, oh, we have time. We'll try to figure out a way. Let's not tell anybody about it.
Yeah.
So they tried everything. They did everything that they could, and they couldn't figure out a way to stop it. So they said, this thing's coming. Nothing we can do. Everybody's going to die. But still, we can't tell anybody because the world will be in chaos. So let's just kind of just not tell everybody.
Yeah.
But wait, we have one more solution that we think will do this. So they try to get a retired astronaut. Her name is Brianna Alsobrooks.
Okay.
They want her to go on this mission to stop the gamma ray burst, but she doesn't know what's going on. They basically lied to her and told her, well, we want you to plan a mission to Mars. But what she's really going to do is stop this gamma ray burst, and she has no idea. Because once she's up there, she can't come back home. It's a one-way trip.
Wow. Okay.
And they also didn't want to tell her that because she has a family. So he said, hey, I'm not going up there. I got a family. So they tricked her to going up there. And how they tricked her and how they did that, I don't want to give too much away.
I get that.
But
Yeah.
it's a very interesting twists and turns and a lot of politics and backstabbing and lies.
I ain't gonna lie, man. This sounds like some real life stuff right here, man. Like this deception, kind of with the political stuff, like you said. But what's crazy about it is that it's not far fetched from how we could say maybe reality can be. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep. And I'm glad you mentioned that, because every person I talked to about the book says that. They said, oh, well, that's not too far fetched. That's how the government works. They, they lie and don't tell everybody anything, or they'll put something in the media. They want you to believe it, but behind the curtain, they got this going on. So yeah, I get that from a lot of readers. Like it's not too far fetched from what actually may be going on out there.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this: if somebody's reading the book, what do you hope readers take away from it?
Well, for one thing, this is a novel that I don't want people to say, "Oh, it's just science fiction." I'm not into science fiction. But these characters in the story, they have personal battles that they're going through. Okay. So people can relate to their personal struggles. So I want people to look at it this way. The characters are really relatable. It's not so sciencey, if that's a word. I don't think it's a word. But, anybody can read this book because it involves people with real problems. And, they're just trying to get through it and try to figure things out like all of us are. So it's very relatable for people to read.
Let me ask you this, Chris. As far as the book goes, what has been one of the hardest, I guess, chapters to write?
Oh, I think one of the most difficult things to write in the book is I want to keep the readers involved. I want to keep them invested all the way to the end. So I want to make sure, because there's a lot of deception going on. There's a lot of trickery and backstabbing. So I just want to make sure it all kind of aligns correctly. It doesn't sound too jumbled up and confusing for the readers. So I just wanted to make it as logical as possible. I wanted to make the story as logical as possible. Can this happen in real life? Can this actually happen? So I tried to make it logical as possible. And, a lot of the feedback from the readers, they did enjoy it. So I'm glad. I hope I accomplished that goal, but for it to make sense, make it very plausible.
Okay. Is it out right now? Where can the people get it at?
Yeah, the Journey of Tannis is out right now. You can go on Amazon to purchase it. You can get it on Kindle and paperback.
Okay, I like that, bro. I like that you got paperback. I like that. I ain't gonna hold you. We're gonna need a copy, man. We're gonna need a copy in the States in here.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So let me ask you this: as a writer, man, sometimes I know we there's things that it comes from truth. With the characters, was there any person that you put in the character forms that are that you related from your real life experiences?
I'm glad you asked me that. Not really, but I will say this. So the main character in the novel, Brianna Alsobrooks, her husband, Tony or Anthony, he's very supportive. He's a very supportive husband. Well, unfortunately, he had a job in security and he got laid off. So he's just kind of trying to figure things out and, trying to bring money in the family. But it's really interesting because I get a lot of feedback about him and, from the women mostly, that he just sounds too good to be true. Tony's supportive. He's, his wife is going through some things. He supports her. And, I didn't see nothing odd about that. I thought that's just normal behavior for somebody to be supportive, to have somebody's back and things like that. A lot of women said they saw no flaws in him. So I didn't mean to make him that way, but he lost his job. So I guess, that's a flaw if you want to look at it that way. But I thought that was the oddest. Even my editor said that, he's just too good to be true. So, he goes through his own trials, but he's there. He's with his wife by her side through this whole thing. And like I said, I can't give the whole ending away, but it's, he goes through his own thing, and where he ends up at the end of the story is just amazing. So it was just him. It was just a weird I don't know, dynamic.
I understand, man. Chris, this has been amazing talking to you, bro, and I really want people to really get in tune with it because this book sounds like it's really gritty and in its own simplistic way, deception, and that's a big thing right now. Is for whatever reason, for the human nature, deception is a thing right now. So,
Yep.
I can agree with you. Give it the Instagram, everything where they can find you, man.
Yeah, so people can find me on Instagram. I'm at Chris Laird, Sci-Fi 2. That's ChrisLaird, Sci-Fi 2. All that's together, no dashes or anything. So Chris Laird, Sci-Fi 2 on Instagram.
Okay. Good. Then give it a book one more time so people can find it.
Absolutely. Yep. So my latest book is The Journey of Tannis. It is out right now on Amazon. You can get it on paperback and Kindle.
You can get on paperback and everything?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Definitely, man. Hey, Chris, bro, don't be a stranger, man. If you need anything, let us know right here on Chicago 77.3, man.
Oh, thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir, man. Chicago 77.3. We out. One.
We lit live. This is WPPC Chicago. Yeah. 77.3. Your hottest digital station. Now in digital HD sound.
Chris?